Now, end of the day, the requirement is reporting. Okay. See, under this chairman, you may have somewhere around 8,000 employees. Under CEO, again, somewhat similar to 8,000 here also, 8,000. And if you divide it, let's assume there are, um, okay, it is your business is present in 8 countries, and let's divide it like every country head will have 1,000 employees under him. And again, let's divide it, and let's say under product manager, we will have somewhere around 500 people. Under group manager, let's say 100, and under the leads, let's say 20 each. Okay, so junior staffs will be the people who will be working at the individual level. Okay, end of the day, it's all about reporting. Whatever we discussed on SAP, ERP, S4HANA, everything will contribute towards the reporting to make sure each and every business transaction is captured and reported accordingly to get you a better analysis. And that is the end result of any ERP. And how will SAP help you out in getting these kind of reports? Let's try and discuss that today. Okay. Let's assume we have a garment manufacturing unit. Okay, I'm taking a basic example of garments, that is our, shirts, trousers, and shorts, denims, t-shirts. Okay, this is the base example because this is one of the product that we will be using in our daily basis. Okay, so let's assume we are into garment manufacturing. Okay, and let's say our organization is GM Exports. Okay, and first thing is the chairman under this, right? He will need a report at the company level. Okay, so this is the first structure related to the organization. Okay, so any reports that you want to draw at the company level, then you will have to start reporting it to the company that you have created. Now, coming down after the company, right? Let's say we will have to distribute it, or we can also call this as a entity only. Like, say, for example, any transactions that you post, you will be posting under this GM Experts, which is your company. Okay, let me not take the term company here. You will get confused. So GM Export is my company, and I need the report at GM export level. Okay. So further coming down, we will have our CEO who will need specific requirement. Okay. Like he wants the reports in different currencies like INR and USD as well. In that case, we will have to try and report it using two different currencies, which is called as parallel currencies in SAP. Okay, so that option is also available. So this requirement is also done. Now, moving on, let's say we have our business in India and okay, let me put this here, India and USC. Okay, so here for this requirement also we have the standard settings in SAP, which is called as company code. So under company code, we will create two separate business for India and US. Okay. Now, apart from all this enterprise structures, right? Just one moment, Charan. Okay, so either you will have different requirements. Okay, all those requirements can be utilized or can be created in the system, or you can also use a standard settings. Okay, so whether it is currency based, whether it's ledger based, ಯಾವುದೇ ತರ conditions ಕೊಟ್ರು it is possible in SAP. You can go and do it. Okay, now talking about the actual enterprise structure of or actual organization structure, right? So what happens is you will have the company like this, which is GM Exports. Okay, and let's assume this company has got factories or production units. Okay, basically, let's say they are into the production of shirts and trousers. Okay, I'm just giving you two examples here. Okay, and they've got their factories, which is in, let's say, two different locations. One is Bangalore and the other one is in Chennai. Okay, this is the requirement. And apart from this, there are different things also, like I want a report based on my production unit. I want a report based on the plant. There will be multiple things like this which we will be able to accommodate in SAP. Okay, now to cater to these needs, right, we will have different configurations to be done in SAP. Okay, so first thing that we have is company code. Okay, so this company code will be same as your GM Exports. Okay, and this GM Exports, right, will be used whenever you are posting any financial transaction. Okay, that is one thing. And then comes your products like shirts and trousers. Okay, so what happens is we have different type of people here. Okay, they will be looking for different reports, and now one person from the management will come and ask you, like, I need a separate set of reports for shirts and trousers. Okay, so this can be done using an option called segment in SAP. So we will create shirts and trousers as segments in SAP. Okay, so what happens whenever you are drawing the reports like your profit and losses or balance sheet, you can draw the complete set of financial report using your company code GM Exports. In case if the management is asking you the report based on shirts only, then you can go and draw the reports from this shirts segment. And if they are asking for report based on trousers, then you can draw the same report using the trousers segment. Okay, so this is my requirement. I am telling the client that yes, that is possible in SAP using the segments. And we have another one telling that we have factories in two different locations, Bangalore and Chennai, and we wanted this also to be covered. Okay, and for this, we will have an option called business area. Okay, so we will create two business area, Bangalore and Chennai. Okay, so what happens if the same management is looking out for the report based on the business areas like Bangalore and Chennai? What is the P&L for Bangalore location? What is the P&L for Chennai location? What is the balance sheet? So all those things can be drawn using this business area here. Okay, so this is the base organization structure in SAP S4 systems. Clear, Charan? Any questions?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is about the organization structure at the FI level, financial accounting level. Okay, and if we go with the controlling module, yesterday I told you, right, under a controlling module, A controlling module is basically about the costing. We will have cost centers, profit centers, and so on, which we will be discussing in the future. Okay. So one more thing is, Charan, I've already shared the link with you for the GUI, that is SAP software. Did you get the link?
Yes, I got it, got it.
Okay, download the software. You can put it for download now. Okay, so that by the time the session ends, it would be done, and I will help you out in the installations. Okay, Charan?
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay, fine. Now moving on, right? So basically, we will have, okay, SAP working with three layers: presentation layer, application layer, and database layer. Presentation layer is the screen, and we will be using this GUI, graphical user interface, which is also called as GUI. Okay, and whatever the link that I've shared you, right? So that link is to download this GUI only. Okay, so this is your presentation layer. This is nothing but the screen that you see. Then comes the application layer. So application layer. So these are the three applications like ECC, S4, and Fiori that we will be working with. And we will have database layer. So database layers, we will be working with HANA. Okay. So if someone questions you on the layers, these are the three layers. Just remember this: presentation, application, and database. Moving on. So there are certain important terminologies. Out of all this, the most important one is this one. Okay. Any idea on T code or transaction codes, Charan?
Like those codes, like when we do a transaction, we'll get that number. No, sir. It's like, is it like that? Like if you do through Paytm, that you'll get
No,
the
not
number
that.
get gen. It's
No,
like that.
this is completely different from whatever you're telling. Okay. See,
Okay, okay.
transaction codes are also called as T codes. Okay. See, these are the shortcut keys to access or to navigate to the windows or different screens. Okay. See, probably. So you told me that you're working with Grow, right? Charan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you have your own application called Grow.
Yes, sir.
In that you have different screens, right? One option to buy, I mean, one option to sell, and you
Yes,
will go
yes.
to, if you go to one more screen, then there you will be able to, what is that? Load the money
Yes,
like
yes, makes
this,
sense. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Same way, in SAP, we will have different screens to process different types of transactions. Okay.
Okay.
To access those windows, we will use this T codes. Okay,
Okay.
which refers to the transaction codes. Okay, just remember this one. I will show you practically once I log in into the system. Okay.
Okay.
Now, after the T codes, you will have, you already know SAP, just for systems, applications, and products. And we have another term called SPRO. Okay. SPRO refers to SAP projects reference objects. And this is also T code. Okay. And this T code will be used by the consultants to navigate to the configuration screens. I will show you this also very shortly. Then comes IDES, which stands for Internet Demonstration Evaluation System. And this is the uh, platform that is provided by SAP for the practice purposes. This is purely to learn SAP, and the server that I will be providing you will be part of this IDES system, which is purely for practice purposes. Then comes TRs, which stands for transport request. Okay. See, transport, as the name says, transport request, right? So transport request will help you out in moving the configuration. Okay, just remember this one. This is like a fair idea. Okay, we will again see this practically as well. So moving the configurations from one client to another client. Okay, that is the purpose of transport request, client to client. Okay, so these are some terminologies that we will be using day in and day out. Apart from that, we will have this names called status bar, command bar, application toolbar, user menu, title, and all this bar. We will see that practically here. Okay, so one moment, let me share the window. Okay, Sharon, once the software is installed in your system, right? So that is my desktop.
Oh,
You will see a
sir, like today only we'll be teaching that, sir. Like
what, Sharon?
how to like today only we'll be starting in that software itself.
It's almost 8:30. No, we will start tomorrow, not a problem. I'll just give you the basic overview today and you will get the software installed. Okay.
So
Tomorrow,
I'll download and keep it. So like, can you help me with that tomorrow? Like,
sure,
do
no worries. If you are busy today, we'll do it tomorrow, not a
okay,
problem.
okay,
Okay. See, once the software is downloaded, you will
okay,
find a icon like this. Okay.
okay, okay, okay,
SAP logon icon. If you double click and open this, it will take you to the next window wherein you will find the service. One moment, it's taking time to open.
okay.
Okay. So here you can see a system will open up a window like this. Okay. And these are called as different servers. Okay. So ideally, if you're practically working, you will have one or two servers, one server only. Within that server, you will have multiple clients. Okay. So if I double click and open this, I will also get the server installed like this for you. If you double click on this server, it will take you to the next window wherein the system will ask you the credentials like this. Okay, so this is where you will key in the login credentials. And we will have something called as client. Okay, and we will have different clients. Okay, multiple clients will be available in the system, and different client or no client, different clients will be used for different purposes. Like one for production, one for qualities, one for testing, one for development. We will discuss all those things in the future. But as of now, client is a 3-digit code which starts with 000 to 999. Okay, anything, any numbers within this. And this is client, and then comes user. Okay, so I will be providing you with the user ID. You will have to key in your user IDs. Okay, and one more thing is, see, these are called as fields in SAP. Client field, user field, password field like this. Okay, and the other thing is, can you see this? Here there is a square and a tick mark icon here. Okay, so this is called as mandatory fields in SAP. Did you get the name? Mandatory or required fields. Okay. Required or mandatory means, say for example, if you are creating your email ID, your phone number is mandatory. You will have to key in your mobile number. Only then you will proceed forward. right? In the
Yes.
same way, whenever you come across these fields, you will have to key in the data here. Without filling up this, you won't be able to move forward. Even if you try to move forward, system will come up with an error. See here, if I enter some password here and hit the enter button, here you can see system will compel you to make a entry here. Make an entry in the mandatory field user here. Okay, so these are called as mandatory fields, and we will have an option to make the field as optional or required. Okay, we will discuss that. But remember this icon here, square, tick mark, and a square and a tick mark refers to mandatory fields. Okay.
Okay.
Now let me key in my user ID. So this is my user ID. And here you can see, right, it's all blocked, or it is like, only with the asterisk symbols there. Okay. And these are called as masked fields. Okay. Fields like this with asterisk will be called as masked fields.
Mask files. Fields.
Okay. And why are we calling this as masked field is whatever you enter here, right? It won't be visible. It will be masked by the basis team only. See, if I enter my password here, I'm typing it. You can see the space bar or that cursor is moving, but it is not visible. Okay, so these
Yes.
are called as masked fields. If I enter this, I've entered the password, and if I hit the enter button, it will take you to the window like this, and this is called as your SAP Easy Access menu. Okay,
Okay.
and this is called as your navigation toolbar. Okay, and the one here, right? This is called as your title bar. We are in the user access menu. Wait one moment. See, if I click on this option here, user menu will change. Okay, so this is called as SAP Easy Access user menu, and this is the SAP Easy Access window. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Apart from that, so this one is called as title bar because every window will have a title like this. Say I'm on the screen, right? It says SAP Easy Access. Now, if I go to another window, let's say FB60. See now, it will change to vendor invoice. Okay, so this is called as your title bar. Every window will have its own title based on the nature of the transaction. Okay, so apart from that, the one here, this is called as your command bar. Okay, this one, the empty space here, this is called as command bar, and you will have an option to open or close this command bar here. So here, if I click on this one arrow mark, it will get closed. If I again click on this, it will get open. And I was talking about, okay, before that, see, why we are calling this as command bar or command field is we will use this field to give the command to the system. Okay, so I was talking about transaction code, right? Which
Yes.
are the shortcut keys to access the different windows. So those transaction keys will be used here in the command bar. Okay, say for example, now I'm in vendor invoice screen. If I want to go and post a customer invoice, I will give another transaction code FB60. Either you can hit the enter button on the keyboard, or you can also use this. If you click on this, it will take you to the vendor invoice here. So you will be able to give the command button here.
Okay, okay. Like that is for specific customer, right? For individual.
Which one?
Like now you type that NBC 70.
No, FB60, 70, or the globally accepted transaction code. It will remain the same across all the systems in S/4HANA.
Okay.
Okay, so whatever the transaction codes that you learn here, this is like, common transaction codes, which will remain the same for all the companies, whether it is IBM, Accenture, Capgemini, or any other company, the transaction codes remain the same for S4.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
we will learn that very, in depth also. So this is your command bar, and this is your save button. Anything that you post here, or any data that you create, any transaction that you post, any configuration that you create here has to be saved using this button.
Okay. After entering, you need to press like
After,
after entering the data, you need to do that, right?
yes. So
Okay.
you will only if you save that, only then the data will be saved in the database.
Okay. It's like there is no like auto save option like that, right?
Auto save is not available whenever you're doing it manually.
Okay.
Okay, if you're doing an automatic transaction, then system will automatically save it. There are automatic transaction also. Okay.
Okay.
So next comes your back button. If you go back to the previous window, you can click on this. And if you want to exit from the screen, you can click on this one, hello here. And system is asking you, data will be lost. Do you want to exit editing? If I say yes, it will take me back to the
Main
easy.
screen. Okay.
Okay, so these are the important ones. Moving on. Okay, see here under SAP menu. So we are in the SAP menu, and here you will see logistics, accounting, human resources, whatever the modules that we discussed yesterday, right? All those will be available here. And if you go to Office also, you will have all this integrations and appointment calendar, which is related to our office management. Okay, ignore this, come down to this accounting here. So we will be focusing on the accounting.
Okay.
Under accounting, here you can see financial accounting and controlling. This is what our core things will be, our core folders will be.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, if I get into financial accounting, and here you can see general ledger, receivables, payables, banks, fixed assets. Do you have any idea on these things, Charan?
Yes, sir. Like,
So what is GL, general ledger?
these are like the entries, sir, that you pass after those journal entries.
Okay, when you post a journal entry, it will be saved in the.
Uh, then from journal entry, you'll pass ledger, sir.
So basically, you will create a journal entry, and
Yes.
later on, the same journal entries will be posted to the
Ledger.
GLs.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and how about account receivables?
Account receivables are the like whatever the company like the payments which has to be received, like
Whatever the
from
company,
the customer,
right? Exactly.
from
When we talk about account receivables, it is all about the customers.
yes, sir.
Accounts payable,
Payable is something which a company has to pay for, like for expenses or a salary, something like that.
we will, okay, rather than salaries, we will keep them as vendors. Accounts payable
Like
is
vendors.
something which we owe to the external people,
Yeah,
which is not part of our business.
yeah.
Okay, and we will have banks, which is related to your banks which you are operating with, like ICICI,
Like tie-ups,
HDFC.
right, sir? Like tie-ups, like some companies would have some tie-ups with.
Not exactly the tie-ups. It is basically the banks where your company is holding the accounts.
Okay.
Like, as an organization, you may have a bank account with 10 different banks. So all those banks will be managed using this section here.
Okay. Okay.
And we will have fixed assets. So fixed assets is all related to your
Land and
assets like
buildings.
land and buildings, plant and machineries, furnitures, fixtures, tangible, intangible assets, and all those things will be part of the fixed assets. Okay, so under financial accounting, all these are very, very important because it's all Okay, because it's all interconnected.
Yes.
Okay, so we will be looking at the configurations one by one, starting from the enterprise structure that I discussed today, right? That is the core reporting part. After that reporting, we will look at the after the enterprise structure, we will look at the GLs, account receivables, payables, fixed assets, and banking. And later on, we will move on to this folder here, that is controlling. Okay, so this is the plan, and this is how you will navigate. If you click on the drop down here, system will automatically take you, or you can also double click on this. It will take you to the next folder, and see within GLs, we will have document entry, document accounts, master records, reporting, and many more. All these things can be accessed, and you will start accessing it once you start posting the transactions.
Okay.
Okay, so apart from this, see under accounting, and here you will see financial accounting, financial supply chain management, controlling, central finance, and we will have investment management, project system. All this are connected to financial accounting here. And if you go with logistics, you will find materials management, GRC, that is governance, risk and compliance, sales and distribution, transportation, production, plant maintenance, quality management. Okay, all these functions are available in the system. And if you go with human resources, you will see this personal management, time management, payrolls, training and event management. This is all related to our human resource activities. Yeah, Charan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, so do one thing, just get this installations done by tomorrow. Tomorrow again we will catch up same time, okay, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Just let me know in case if there is a change in the time. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
usual time will be 8. We will again connect. We will get the software installed, and I'll give you the login credentials, and we will practically start off from tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Charan. Thank you so much. Then we'll wind up here.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks so
Bye.
much, sir. Have a nice day.
Yeah.